Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We are back tonight with my handy dandy little friend. Looks like we had some problems last night with Mr. Cracky. So we're just going to keep this as a warning in case he comes back. He tends to come back. Alright, so on this episode of Felicity, quite a lot happened. So much happened. So, you know, the irony here. Now, so much of it revolves around a crackhead. So basically, there's one roommate who is dating a literal crackhead. So he's just like a drug user and a drug dealer. And he basically gets her to like start using drugs. So he introduces drugs into the apartment, and he basically is traveling around the apartment with a gun in his backpack. So basically Ben finds the gun in the backpack and doesn't feel comfortable because Felicity is living there. Now, to me, this makes total sense, right? It makes complete sense because, like, that's Ben's girlfriend. Like, why would Ben want a crackhead, you know, to, like, literally be in the apartment with his girlfriend? He wouldn't. That wouldn't make any sense, right? Okay. So then basically the only reason Ben knows that this guy is a drug user, I have notes here, so that's why I'm reading out the paper. So the only reason Ben knows that that this guy is on drugs is because he's in an addiction group with the girl. So they're in this like addiction anonymous group together, and the girl literally exposes in the group, she's like, I'm living with a boyfriend who's an addict, and I just want, you know, I want him to get better. I want him to do better, and I've been trying to get him to do better, but he's not doing better, and I just feel so bad. And she's really upset about it, and it's really hard. But, like, what can she do? Looks like we've got trouble coming. I knew it, I'm telling you. Every time you're out, they start coming right by. I knew one was going to show up. It's every night. Guys, I've got real stalkers, and I refuse to be afraid. I refuse. Anyway, okay. So in this group, you know, she basically like reveals she reveals that that her boyfriend is on drugs, and it's really sad because it's like she doesn't want to leave him because she loves him, but she also can't get him off of drugs because addiction is real. I think this is one of the reasons like so many people are fascinated with Amy Winehouse, because she talks openly about her struggles with addiction in real life. Addiction is sad, and addiction takes away your ability to live a full life because you are addicted, right? Okay. So there's another thing that happens. So basically the boyfriend decides he's going to now live in the apartment, like with them, which is like obviously a problem. Like, you don't want to live with a crackhead, you know? And then he literally starts doing crack in the apartment. And so like he basically he encourages the girlfriend to come like with him and like use the drugs. And while they're both on drugs, then he encourages her to like cut her hair. Like, she has this flowing long hair, and he's like, I want you to cut your hair. And it's like, why? Like, why? She's like, she literally says it. She's like, I don't want to. And he's like, no. Like, I want you to cut your hair. And it's like, why? Like, why can't you just let her be? Like, why can't you just let her live? Like, she doesn't want to cut her hair. She wants to have her hair. Anyway, okay, so then, okay, Elena is also a very interesting case here. So basically, like, Elena has been having an affair with an instructor on campus. Now, we all knew this was happening, and Elena, like, how can we say it? Elena, oh God. It was like problematic, but I think Elena was bored more than anything else. So she just felt like, I'm gonna have an affair with this instructor because I don't have anything else to do. And by having this affair, it's just like killing time. But basically, this instructor had affairs with quite a lot of other people, and he basically like he told a lie basically about his wife being sick and then him having the affair, and it was a whole thing. So he's like on trial now. He's basically, they try to get him fired from the school. It was a big fucking deal. It was a big deal. And he actually does get literally fired from the school. Anyway, so Elena's another story. I think I might actually have to unpack Elena as like a case study, you know, like Elena's got shit going on in her life. Like she's got real shit going on in her life. Anyway, okay, so Sean is dating a punk. There's basically this girl who's like a punk. She's like a punk rocker basically, and she goes to all these like punk rock clubs and shit. But then since she starts dating Sean, and he's like pretty stand up, Sean doesn't go to these clubs. And so she was basically saying, you're hella boring, like you never do anything, I want to go out, right? And that's totally fucking fair because she should be able to go out. So basically Sean does this really cute thing where he puts on his whole punk outfit and he like goes to this like popular club that they said they were going to go to together, but he just, I think she went to like a different club or something. I really don't know what the whole deal was, you know, but it like, he comes home because he goes to the club, she wasn't there, he comes home in this whole like punked out outfit with the boots. He's got like a tie and a do-rag. It's purple. It's just a vibe and it's very funny. It's just like, okay, Sean, you really tried. Like you tried, it was cute. And so she's like, you love me because you put on this outfit and you actually tried to go to the club and I couldn't go. Oh, we love Sean. Okay, so then I think the most important lesson here though that I want to unpack. So basically Felicity gives her, Felicity decides to drop a class. Okay, so she decides to drop the class and she has her paperwork. This is like the drop class form, right? Okay, so then she gives it to her roommate to turn it in. Now the roommate does not turn it in. She like leaves it in her little like table side mannequin or whatever, and so the class is never dropped. So now it's the end of the semester, finals are here, and lo and behold, the professor's like, you're failing and you are definitely in this class. And she was like, no, I dropped the class. And he looks at the roster, he's like, no, you didn't drop the class and you missed 3 tests and 2 quizzes. There's no way she's gonna pass this class. So she's going to get an F on her record. Now, people never talk about the reality of that being something that can happen and actually probably will happen to you at one point in your life, where you think like you're trying to debate, am I going to drop this class? Am I not going to drop this class? And then there's like this time period, because there's like a window of time. If you do not drop the class within this window of time, you don't have the option to drop the class any longer. Like you're going to fail the class because if you didn't go or if you didn't put in the time. So like pretty much that's why you have to like plan your classes out like ahead of time and make sure that you can actually handle the caseload that you're taking on. I think this is something I will like unpack further in like another video, because like you have to plan ahead and think like, am I going to be able to actually finish all the things that I started? Like, I'm not sure. Something to think about. There were some interesting topics tonight, guys. Until tomorrow night.